Welcome to your YouTube channel, where you learn many things which are not discussed in other videos. Here we are going to see how do we draw irrational numbers on a number line. Now, irrational numbers may not have exact values. For example, we have taken up how do we draw square root 2, square root 3, and square root 5 in this particular video, and this strategy will help you to deal with this type of question in a similar fashion. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to this YouTube channel. In case you want to learn directly from me, feel free to send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. Our students have great foundation and they're joining the best universities. Now, as you know, square root of 2 is a non-repeating decimal number. We can say square root of 2. If you use calculator, you see that the value is approximately 1.4142, something like this. It just keeps continuing, going on like this. Similarly, square root 3 value also can be approximately checked with the calculator, and you'll find it's like 1.732. When I say that they are irrational numbers, it really means they're not rational. That means they cannot be written as P over Q, right? Where P and Q do not have any common factor, means co-prime numbers. So that becomes challenging for us to sketch them on a number line. However, here is a very smart way of doing it. So we are making approximate divisions here, number divisions, to show you the technique. So let's say this is a number line and we have 0 right there, right? And these are number 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. How do we sketch square root 2? Now this comes from the very simple concept, and that is in any square of unit dimension, diagonal is square root 2. So the construction here is to draw a square here, kind of, right? So from 1 we can draw a line, and this is of the same length as 1 unit. And now once we have this line, in that case the diagonal will be what? Square root 2. Makes sense, right? See how accurately we can draw it. And now, taking a compass, what we can do is draw an R, right? Like this. And once you do this R, you get a point right there, which is square root 2. Makes sense? So that is a very neat way of exactly finding where square root 2 will be on a number line. Is that process clear to you? Perfect. Now let's see. I have a reason to take square root 3 and square root 5 also, just to repeat the whole process. Now, how do I get square root 3? Now, think about a rectangle whose one side is square root 2 and the other side is 1. Then you get square root 3, correct? So, what we are going to do is from square root 2, draw a perpendicular line, right? And in this particular case, you can see that the diagonal of this rectangle will be how much? Well, this is going to be square root 3, right? You can use Pythagorean theorem, square root 2 squared plus 1 square root, right? 2 plus 1 is 3, and square root 3 is exactly the length. Perfect. Well, this process can be followed, right? So, square root 3 is, if I draw this arc here, I get a point here which is slightly less than 2, but here what we have is square root 3. Makes sense. Well, square root 4 we have not taken because of a reason. Square root 4 actually is equal to 2. So this number here will be 2, which is also equal to square root of 4. Now, since I've already discussed this strategy before you, right? How will you draw square root 5? Can you take that up just to ensure that you've understood the process? So basically, square root 5 is a diagonal of a rectangle whose one of the sides is square root 4, which is 2. So at 2 this time, I can draw a perpendicular, right? And this diagonal will be square root 5. You get the whole idea, right? And then with an arc like this, you will get a point which will give you square root 5 exact location on the number line. With this technique, you see, you can actually plot exactly all the irrational numbers. Make sense? Great. So, as an exercise, I would like you to plot 1 plus square root 7 on a number line. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Check our playlist for many examples to practice and master these strategies. Thanks for your valuable time and all the best.